All right, we are back because we have some breaking news. The Browns game against the Bills that was originally set to be played in Buffalo has indeed been moved to Detroit. This is something that has been kind of speculated for a while now, as Buffalo is expected to get up to 6 feet of snow, which, while it is fun seeing a game played in a lot of snow, 6 feet is obviously something that's probably a little bit too much to be played on a football surface. But still, that is a little bit disappointing. The Lions do play, obviously, on the road against the Giants, although maybe that could be a way to kind of make up for the lost intrigue of the snow game. You could have 2 games going on at the same time inside of a domed stadium. I think, personally, that would be a really great trade-off. We could see not only the Browns and Bills game, but the Lions and Giants game going on at the same time. Honestly, I think that could be huge for the league and the brand, and trying something out and trying something a little gimmicky. I mean, right, you have the Lions and the Browns who are kind of floundering around, and the Giants and the Bills, they're having some really good records, and they look like they could be, well, obviously they both look like they're going to be playoff teams. So maybe that, if that concoction of intrigue and interest can hopefully maybe hold an audience if they are playing games at the same time on the same field. It could be like a challenge to see if people can start identifying if maybe one of the teams throws a pass to the wrong play or something. I think that could be a decent idea to kind of help stir the pot a little bit and generate some intrigue if a game does happen to get moved from a snow game to a dome, which, while it is a much more controlled environment, is, in my opinion, a little bit more boring, a little less fun. But that's just me. Maybe that raises some game integrity questions, which I'm not too concerned about when we're talking about having to move games around. But I mean, the advantage for the Browns in the snow is that you would think that maybe Josh Allen, some of that passing offense, would be completely neutralized, although the Browns have been completely god-awful against the run. So there's no reason to believe that just because the Bills can only run the ball, that would be any advantage for the Browns defense. Obviously, the Browns running game, with having Nick Chubb and an offensive line that is highly respected, that could help too, especially if the passing offense wasn't really, with Jacoby Brissett anyway, wasn't really the focal point of the offense, or at least it shouldn't be. Who knows with how the game plan works out sometimes. Maybe you think that advantage worked in the favor of the Browns. I think either way, no matter where it's played, it's very unlikely that the Browns would have come out with a victory anyway. And now that it is in a much more controlled environment, the Bills, coming off of a heartbreaking loss against the Vikings, they will probably be looking for some retribution against what seems to be a very vulnerable target right now in the Browns, who looked very outmatched and overwhelmed by the Miami Dolphins. So, I mean, I don't think this is a good thing for the Browns or anything, but again, I don't think playing the Bills is a good thing for the Browns at this moment, no matter what the conditions are. And I do think that this puts the odds even worse. Again, I'm not saying this was like the NFL is out to get them or anything, because again, 6 feet of snow is definitely not something that you can really play on a football field. That would be taller than both of the running backs involved. They'd look like, I've seen gifs of like dogs jumping out of the snow or something like that when somebody's running the ball, which would be, again, it would be really funny to see. That would be peak television as far as entertainment value. I would love it. But I guess if the NFL is more worried about it, are we going to have like an actual football game being played? I understand that. But anyway, it's just some breaking news that Browns and Bills are going to be played in Detroit, just like we all thought it would be, and just like we all predicted at the beginning of the season. So thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, please feel free to leave a like and a subscribe. If something crazy like this happens, involving an Ohio sports team, I will say something about it. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below, and I will see you at the next one.